right. Let's see. We're going to go with the dude. We're going to go with the dude, y'all. With Archangel Gabriel.
Phil, wow.
Archangel Gabriel.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I can't believe this. This is very exciting. Yeah, I'll cut to the chase. Man, the last 4 days have been crazy, weird. Got into a car accident on Friday. I'm fine. The other person's fine. But I was very calm through it all. And then now I know I'm going to have a rental for 2 weeks. It just seems like it's fine. I don't know. There was just a sense of calm during that. And then also now I just have my next phone number. I just switched provider, and I've had the same number since I was 16, and I'm about to be 34. So it's like, it's so weird. But then I was sitting down and realizing that all these numbers that I have in my contacts, I can delete so many of them. And there are these people that no longer can contact me, and for some reason that felt very free. Anyway, so it's just a weird feeling, and I've been following your work for probably the first week of the shutdown, and I've done a lot of transformation work. I decided to not go back to work, to be working at a brewery because around alcohol and that kind of stuff anymore, and I did a lot of the self-work of asking yourself, like, what will you do if you go back? Why do you want to go back? Or why don't you want to go back? And I feel like I'm rambling.
That's okay. It's okay. It's all really good.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I've just focused a lot on I want to do the things that I've been wanting to do for years. Like, so I'm an actor here in Atlanta. And I'm like, why am I looking at these vision boards? Why do I want to be a superhero in Marvel? Why do I want to be on The Walking Dead? What does it mean? And eventually I realized all stuff, and I realized it doesn't matter. What I really love is being able to connect through the work and being those stories, and even be able to just learn about other people in the work and all. So I guess my question through all this is Universe Wow Me has been insane. So thank you for that.
You mean the YouTube video?
Yeah, I watched it on Thursday, and then this crazy shit started happening.
Good.
Yeah, and so I know it's working. How would you go about, like, just trusting that it's, even though this, the car accident and everything like that, just like kind of going through it all and just trusting that I'm headed in a good direction?
Okay, I'm getting a bunch of messages for you, so I'm just going to start.
Cool.
The guys are saying that when you were too attached to your acting, they're showing me that at the bar or at the brewery, sometimes there was frustration there.
Yeah.
And they're showing me that the car accident had to happen so that you can see and marvel at how far you've come. So anytime you have that calmness, it's usually an indicator that, or I want to say a physical confirmation that you've legitimately transcended programs within your body. So you've uninstalled programs within your body.
Yeah.
That really don't have a hold over you anymore. They're gone. So how is this going to dovetail with your career? Think of going into a casting where you're tired of the brewery. I just want to land my job, right? But because of that attachment, you may not land the job.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's too much of an attachment to that outcome.
Of course.
Now that you've witnessed yourself be completely unattached to a car accident, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
You'll be able to go into a casting for the love of it without attaching yourself to whether or not you're going to land that gig.
Definitely.
So, was something else. The universe will wow you. They're saying the universe will wow you. They're saying that even if you go back to your job, it's going to have a completely different quality of an energy that it used to. Because now you're not seeing brewery as separate from acting, which was your biggest struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you chose to play like that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You chose to play like that to see where you were still at odds with yourself. And now you'll see them as one. And something else they're saying is that whenever you are unaffected by anything, you're almost like an outsider that steps into a dimension, and people see you as like this different kind of a being.
Mm-hmm.
There's a glow about you.
Yeah.
So when someone's like desperate to be an actor, they walk in and they have the same aura as everyone else who's desperate to be an actor.
Sure.
Think of how you feel when you travel to a city and you're super happy, super light, because you're an outsider. You're coming in with a fresh, innocent lens, and there's magic in that.
Of course.
So now the game's going to change for you.
Thanks for sharing that, man. I really appreciate that. It's the transformation, man. It's, if we had longer, man, I tell you, just who I was 10 years ago is not who I am now. All these programming and structures and all that.
Well, I can see it. I see that for many years there was like the words coming in is like you were at the end of your rope, like you were so tired, you were sick and tired of this life in a way, and I don't know if that bled over into being suicidal, but I'm getting that it was you felt like sometimes I channel this way, like you had so much to give, but you didn't have an outlet for it, and now you do.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, I'm originally from Jersey, and anyway, the road that led to me leaving, it was just I call it a godsend, or I knew that when I went to North Carolina, just the signs were there, and I'm like, this is where my life continues. And then, oh my God, it's been a magical journey ever since. So
think of it like this: the day that you got in that car accident, you were witnessing yourself from the fifth dimension.
Explain.
You were witnessing yourself from the bird's eye view, but you were actually in your body at the same time. So you were anchored in a fifth dimensional field.
That's amazing.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like even when bad things happen, it's like water off a duck's back. It's just, boop, it rolls off of you.
Chills,
right?
man.
And even when bad things happen, sometimes you can't help but to feel a certain type of way, like angry or sad, but you actually celebrate it. Like there are times where I'm upset, and I'll deliberately choose to emote that.
Yeah.
But as I'm doing it, I'm like clearing and transmuting all these energies because I'm not coming at it from a place of actually being upset.
Right.
Because I can hold so many dimensions at the same time. I can be upset, like legit upset.
Right.
And walk going, this is great. There's enough great going on, right?
Yeah.
So it's all a matter of your intent as you're alchemizing these energies.
That's such amazing insight. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
The only thing you might have to look for is to make sure that you remain like really present. Because sometimes when we start to raise our consciousness really high, we're like very floaty.
Sure.
And so we lack, and we don't let things bother us. But sometimes that can translate as losing your keys, or that. So you have to still be present with your life.
Sure. Yeah, that's been a big thing. Even prior to work, the whole feel it to heal it. It's just being present with your emotions when it's happening, and over time, eventually, it's like you can get through it quicker. What is it? It's just your body, your brain, your everything. emotions are indicators of what's going on, what the problem is. You know, kind of like when you have the check engine light is on, and you get the code. It's like, this is the code for what's going on. So it's great real life stuff. So
yeah, they're saying this is your redemption story. You're about to redeem. Like, it's gonna be like the superhero who got knocked down. Okay, and you could have very easily lost your love for the craft, but you're meant to be in it, which is why now you're gonna rise up and make it happen. And they're saying it's really important for you to narrow it down to, it's not only about connecting with people, it's really that you want this.
yeah,
Because you can, before you wanted it, this is really good, before you wanted it, but you still had programs that were based in lack.
amazing.
Now you want it, but you don't have lack anymore.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's exactly it. That's exactly my thoughts on it. Yeah, absolutely. Bill, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bill, you're great, and I'm going to keep following your stuff and keep doing amazing stuff, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right. So that was Archangel Gabriel, everyone.